Hey YouTube, back again with another video. So I was recently on this road that has a speed limit of 55 miles an hour and it is quite curvy. So I actually did this at night because I went back to film this video for you guys just so you could experience this road and how curvy it was and how beautifully the autopilot performed. And I wanted to point out a couple things that the autopilot was doing when it approached a curve. So let me jump now to a Google satellite view. So this credit for this map goes to Google, of course. You can see in the center of the screen this curvy road. It's that thicker road that kind of curves around this rock quarry here. And that's where we're going to be traveling, kind of from the bottom of the screen all the way to the top of the screen on this one road. Now I wanted to show this to you guys so you can see just how curvy this section of the road is. And Autopilot's going to be engaged the entire time that we're on this road. Now, keep in mind, the speed limit on this road is 55 miles an hour, which is fast for Autopilot on a curvy road. If you've seen my other videos, I'm going 30 to 35 miles an hour. But doing this type of curve that you see here at 55 or 60 miles an hour, 5 miles per hour above the speed limit, when you're sitting in the car, a little bit nerve-wracking. It's kind of like being on a roller coaster. Now again, keep in mind that we're going 55, 60 miles an hour and we're running 2019.20.1 and this is during the night, so Autopilot doesn't have as far a field of view as it would during the day. As you can see, the automatic bright lights are just doing a beautiful job. This first section, it's kind of straight, but we're going to get into those bigger curves shortly. I also want to point out, it doesn't look like I'm going 60 miles an hour, but you can see on my display I'm going 60 miles per hour, which is pretty fast on a curvy road like this, especially at night. But because of how this road is set up, the speed limit is 55 miles an hour. And so we're coming up to a point right here where we go around a curve, and I want to slow that down for you guys again so you can see as the autopilot sees the curve, it actually is going to turn on the regen to slow down the vehicle until it gets enough view in the camera to see around the curve and to see the path. Okay, this is where I need to travel before it starts to speed up again, like we have here. That's really impressive. I think a lot of people kind of downplay that, where it's, you know, this goes back to what we saw on Autonomy Day, where it's doing the path prediction and the car is seeing the curve, and so it realizes that a curve is there, starts to slow down the car in anticipation of the curve until it realizes, okay, this is where the curve ends, this is how sharp the curve is, and then it'll go through the curve. So we're on a straightaway right here, passing a couple other vehicles until we get to this curve here, and you can see we get a lot of regen there. So the car is slowing down as it approaches the curve. You can see here that green line means that the regen is turned on. The autopilot wants to slow down the vehicle until it's able to see how sharp this curve is, and once it's able to see where the curve is taking you, then it starts to speed up again to the set speed, which in this case is 60 miles per hour. So we're approaching another curve here, and Autopilot does see it briefly, but it doesn't feel like it's sharp enough, so it doesn't slow down the car, although you were able to see a little bit of regen turn on there, and that's that bar right underneath the miles per hour that shows you acceleration to the right and regen to the left. So on that curve there, we had a significant amount of regen compared to the previous curve. So I know that was fast, and again, it's hard to see in this video, but when traveling the upper 50s or 60 miles per hour, I mean, it's really kind of thrilling to watch how well that autopilot performed going on those sharp curves. And I want to point out to those of you that are new, whenever you see this blue steering wheel and the two blue lines going forward, that means Autopilot's engaged. So there was no takeovers by me, the driver, meaning the Autopilot performed perfectly. There was no need for me to cut in, which is incredible going at that speed, 55, 60 miles an hour on such a curvy road. Definitely a fun experience for me as the driver, especially somebody who's a fan of this autopilot system, to see it perform so beautifully. If you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps support the channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're looking for another way to support the channel, you can check me out on Patreon and support me for as little as $1 a month. And I really do appreciate that. If you guys don't own a Tesla currently and you're in the market, scroll down and check out the description or the first comment there, and you can click on my referral code, and that's going to get you 1,000 miles of free supercharging with any new or leased Model S, X, or 3. And so when you click on that link, it's going to take you right to the order page where you'll get this pop-up saying free supercharging miles. So when you check out after going through the link, that's when you're going to get the 1,000 miles added to your vehicle. If you guys have been keeping up with my channel, you know that I'm still testing this one intersection. I'm having a little bit of fun with the Rainbow Road here, but I'm still collecting data on this one intersection, and I'm going to do an update video, like I said previously, when I can get a software version that's able to go through this at least 5 times in a row, telling me that the Autopilot mastered that intersection. Stay tuned for that video in the future. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.